Gentlemen, I welcome you to one of the most certifiably hoodest of classics across all generations of the internet. Stick War!
It's called Stick War? What's it about? Stick men fighting each other?
Well, yeah.
Well, I for one am very excited to play this game. I would have played it when it came out, but I was kind of busy.
You can't flex being the president when we've all done it, Barack.
Well, it works with all my other friends, including George.
Stop talking over the super cool intro.
I've already got the gist. Nations fighting for power with their technology, blah, blah, blah. It's about time they get a taste of freedom.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. So what difficulty we thinking?
If we can't do the hardest, might as well do the easiest.
That's fine by me. I too was a little busy during the peak of this game, so I want to take it chill.
Again, it's not a big flex when you're around us.
Nuh-uh. I was the vice president, which is something neither of you have done. Now let's focus on this game.
Create a miner to boost your economy. There's just too many jokes in there.
I love boosting the economy, and Joe loves miners. It's a win-win.
Okay, frequent island visitors. So we've made another miner, and we can also control them. Cool.
I'm rocking with you, Joe, but please think how your words sound.
We got 100 gold per bag, 250 per miner, 150 per swordsman. And we have to take down another statue. We're paying these people an awful lot of gold for something we could simply outsource to small China.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Donald. We don't even need humans. All we need is one well-placed drone strike, and we've just unleashed democracy to the masses. A drone strike costs around $70,000 if you already have the $12 million drone, so we should just pool our resources into that.
Can you two idiots please just focus on the damn game?
An enemy archer. He'll be the first victim of freedom.
Seriously, what is that?
I don't know, but that was brutal.
I feel like swords might not have been the right choice for destroying a statue. We clearly have a steady supply of pickaxes that could be used here.
That's a fair and valid point. Counterpoint, big stick deploys democracy.
I think we might need more men or sticks. Whatever they are, we need more.
The menu, huh? I don't know what glow effect is, but screw it.
I assume if we take down these archery people, we'll get our own archers.
We're kindly and gently collecting their culture and adding it to the mixing pot. Our arrows shall blot out the sun.
Assuming that's the case, let's hope there's no Spartans. Otherwise, they might just fight in the shade.
Damn! These archers got that Texas school book depository aim.
We've got to bob and weave, just like a real fight against a ranged fighter. Get in close and sock them in the nuts.
I have no comment for that statement, other than it entirely falls in line with my view of you as a person, Donald.
Can these miners hurry up and boost the economy? We need more men to destroy this cat hot dog archery statue.
That is not a terrible description. I actually see it. The weird glizzy-shaped body, the cat-like face, and obviously the bow. Joe, what are you doing?
My absolutely gnar skills have this man juked till kingdom come. We can actually do this. These stick men have the hearts of true democracy spreaders.
Joe, there's no way you just shortened gnarly to gnar.
I did, and I think it was actually pretty rad behind.
Ignoring every single shred of that, we're actually getting pretty close.
Just a few more hits.
Wait, I think we did it.
We did do it.
Democracy achieved.
Yeah.
Smells like freedom.
Boom, we unlocked the archer too. Seems like that was only the tutorial though, and it still took us 2 minutes.
Is 2 minutes a long time for a tutorial? I feel like it's a pretty adequate amount of time for one. Anyway, upgrades time. What are we thinking?
I guess we should read over what these all do first. The statue upgrades do extra health for ours, extra gold gained naturally, which is passive income. Therefore, I'm a Sigma male.
What's a Sigma male?
Sigma balls. Boom, got him. Anyway, let's upgrade the bows and the pickaxes. More gold per swing, and our officially designated sniper monkeys will do more as well.
Are you sure you want to stick with Sniper Monkey? I'm personally fine with it, but some might find it a bit dicey.
Dicey? Barack, what the fuck are you talking about? This is what being uncertified does to someone. Am I right, Joe?
I recently got my espionage monkey certification, so I can no longer comment on the existence of any such certifications or potential secret monkey governments.
Okay, I get it. It's classified. So let's instead deal with the problem at hand by surviving until sunset.
Oh, look, it's the first volunteer for our free samples of freedom.
Donald, is it a soundboard or are you doing a perfect impression? Do you have an eagle chained up next to your mic?
No, and no. I think I'm somehow summoning the eagle's call through sheer patriotism.
It does kind of make sense. There's nothing more patriotic than spreading freedom and democracy through sheer military might. No, wait, it could be marginally more patriotic if this game was set in South America and we were doing some completely morally correct stuff.
Our stickmen are doing a fine job defending our super cool future Gohan statue.
What are you talking about, Barack? This statue's probably just the king stick person, not some anime character.
Really? A person with one arm and spiky gold hair? What part of that doesn't scream future Gohan?
Focus up, gentlemen. For tonight, we dine in hell.
Damn, we really just left that brother to get cooked alone. I wonder how many 300 references we'll make over the course of this playthrough.
If I said 300, I assume you guys would react.
Very negatively, Barack. I'd go as far as to say the next time I'd see you in person, my fist would become much more acquainted with your face.
Noted. I'd guess a few times then.
The sun's got to be pretty close to setting right. I'm almost certain that all we have to do is repel this final attack.
I ain't gonna lie. Those brothers looking ready.
Certified stick sniper monkey, already putting in work.
Attack like your life's in danger.
Who are you talking to right now? Who is it you think you see? Do you know how much we mine a year? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Barack, what are you talking about?
Don't worry about it, Joe. It's a wide-arching loop, but he'll get there.
I am not in danger, Joe. I am the danger. A stickman opens his door and gets slain, and you think that of me? No, I'm the one who knocks.
Is this because I said attack like your life's in danger? That's my bad. At least we got to use the archery fella, and I think we survived.
No, that's on me. Sometimes the spirit of Heisenbone slips out and has to be vented like you in 80s slang.
The difference is that my rad slang doesn't impede helpful team communication. In fact, I think it helps boost it.
Ladies, calm down. It's upgrade time, and I honestly think we just run it back with the same as last time.
I think the speed of foot soldiers might be valuable, but I honestly don't mind.
I also don't mind too much, so it's up to you, Donnie.
I just so happen to be a big fan of me, so I'm going to go with my idea, and then we're going to win. Man, this game is so easy. It reminds me of being president.
I'm sure this game gets much harder the deeper we go. Probably similar to the presidency. Everything seems pretty easy when you're just swinging for the green instead of noticing the depth.
Gentlemen, it appears we've got to take down those commie sword wrath bastards. Let's break down their statue and spread some of that good old democracy.
I mean this in the least sus way possible. Let's control a miner so we can maximize profits.
One swing seems to do around 40% of the bag, so we should only swing twice and then deposit it.
Our first challenger is approaching. It's time to show the world that spiked clubs are stronger than metal swords.
We delivered democracy so efficiently, he collapsed to the ground in awe and started drinking the spilt Kool-Aid. That's a true sign of freedom.
Donald, could you repeat that last word for me?
What? You mean freedom?
And why not run it 5 times fast?
Sure, why not? Freedom, 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 freedom.
That was pretty cool, but I guess we should refrain from saying that word so much and instead regular frame hitting these sword wrath clowns in the face repeatedly.
Not sure what these guys did to you, but sure, I agree. At least this is giving us time to amass a strong military force before we attack.
They want to nationalize their naturally vast amounts of lithium.
Oh, no? I'm just here for the whole stick people fighting. I was pretending earlier. This concept has me completely invested.
I'm in the same boat. I'm not so sure about these lithium reserves and whatnot. I'm just here to bonk some stickmen and statues alike so I can make new friends and repeat the process until we eventually face something.
God damn. You'd think that these swordsmen are being driven in a 1961 Lincoln Continental 4-door convertible the way our archer's getting headshots.
I think we should see how the archer plays. I want to be cool like them too.
I have a confession to make. I thought the archers had top hats on, but it's actually just the arrows in their quiver.
Damn, how far is the... Oh, crap. Okay, we got to back up and then line up the shot. That's what the archer monkey would have taught us, had he not slipped and broke his neck on that banana peel. He was so young.
Looks like headshots are out the window. Good thing we've got a whole army. But like for real guys, are you just hyper committed to some weird bit about a secret primate-based government, or do I need to be actively worried about the world's rulers? Because this has been going on for several months now, and I just don't get it.
I plead the fifth. Anyway, let's attack these sword-wielding, slightly more red stickmen and abolish their cultural identity.
Yeah, okay, I guess I'm cool with that. Barack asked me what my favorite color is.
Why? I already know it's orange.
No, it's I'm doing a thing. Please just ask me.
Okay, yeah. Donald, what's your favorite color?
I'm glad you asked, Barry, but I couldn't possibly answer because it's a 3-way tie between red, white, and blue. Freedom!
That's as good a war cry as any. Let's do this, fellas.
Let's beat up the big statue so we can get actual swords instead of literal sticks.
Huh? Stick people wielding sticks? Is that like some form of cannibalism?
No, it's not. I don't think it's... I mean, these clubs seem to be made out of...
For the love of all that's holy, just shut up and destroy the statue.
Okay. Just chill, man. We'll wipe out the remaining forces, and then it's smooth sailing.
Yeah, man, it'll be as easy as 1, 2, 3. No wonder the English folk managed to capture half the world. This isn't even a challenge.
Boom, I think that's it. I think we did it.
Hell yeah. Nice job, gentlemen.
I hate to be the one to kill the mood, but I've got a family dinner in 5 minutes, so I should probably get going. I'll stick around for the upgrades, though.
Bow and sword, no further question.
You can't just say no further questions and then decide by yourself.
My upgrades have led us only to victory so far. And until that changes, I believe I hold the title of Upgrade Master.
Okay, well, I really have to go, or Michelle will get mad at me. Have a nice evening, gentlemen.
Bye, Barack. Bye, Donald.
Gentlemen, it's time for us to continue our conquest. I mean, democracy-spreading mission.
Spiritans sounds an awful lot like Spartans. I think we might be fighting in the shade after all, Donnie.
If the win condition of wars was having the most abs, then maybe we'd struggle. But who needs the perfect physique when you could instead get a taste of freedom?
That's an oddly body-positive message. Anywho, let's get a couple of swordsmen for guards and keep on mining these rich gold ores that have somehow breached the surface.
Best not to think too deeply about that. And instead, think about how if you suddenly turned invisible, it would in no way change your relationship with any blind people.
Joe, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't really know. I just thought that since we're not currently under attack, I'd make some interesting conversation.
I didn't hate it, but just thinking about if that would affect Daredevil or Bats, but I guess if you're invisible, you're still physically there, so the sounds can bounce off of you. I enjoyed thinking about that greatly. Good job, Joe.
You're both just so weird. At least we've not fallen under attack yet, and the mining operations are running smooth. I'm starting to think these Spiritans might not have that dog in them.
It does seem like the dog per capita is particularly low in this nation.
Yeah, but they've got these beautiful green fields and a sunset that manages to cross the entire color spectrum like it's nothing.
It is truly beautiful. The sky is bleeding red and blue, and I guess we'll supply the white.
What the fuck? What does that even mean? You know what? I don't even want to know.
No. It's not weird. I mean, yeah, it definitely doesn't sound great in retrospect, but it's nothing racist.
Damn, I didn't even see the race angle. I just thought you were talking about bodily fluids. Anyway, time to scout out what these bums are doing.
No, you can't just change the subject before I explain.
I think you've just got to live with that one, Donnie. Sucks to be you. Damn, these Spiritans are really up to nothing. Let's take pot shots at them and see if we can lure them back to base.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
You got any thoughts on it, Donnie?
No, I'm not saying anything until you guys let me explain my statement.
I bet.
What do you mean, bet? Not that I'm worried, but curiosity, you know?
Nah, don't even worry about it, Donnie. Let's just play.
Yo, what it is, what it isn't, fellas.
Hey, George, I don't know what any of those words meant, but Big J is saying it's a greeting.
I don't really know either, but Barack told me to say it when I joined, so I did.
Thought it'd be funny. And it's kind of concerning that Big J has a separate knowledge bank in your mind, Joe, but who cares about that when we're shooting 50% from deep and knocking down the other team's big men?
It's true, you guys have been mowing down the Spiritans. God, this game really is such a classic. You know, I came into a lot of free time when this came out originally, and there's nothing quite like spreading that capitalist, democratic freedom.
I didn't realize we just gained a veteran of this game, but that's great, and it seems like we're ready to attack.
I figured we should hold out until we got that maximum amount of troops ready, but I guess it's not like they're going to be able to defend against us. So much for fighting in the shade.
Okay, let's do it. But whilst we do commit valid democracy and security spreading actions, can someone explain why Donald isn't talking?
He said some crazy shit and we wouldn't let him walk it back, so now he's acting like a whittle baby.
That's not it. I made a patriotic statement on the beautiful sunset, and these guys made me out to be a creepy racist, which isn't true in either respect. I'm not creepy, and I love all races. Even the bad ones. I'm just playing. I'm playing. All races are fine. I don't even know what my original point is, but we're demolishing these helmet-wearing clowns.
Even the bad ones is wild, but I low-key respect it. And yet we're folding these brothers like an omelet.
Ignore the stragglers and just assault the statue. That's the fastest way to go about it. Take down the looming, towering statue.
The statue's crumbling, which means we did it. I think normal mode might have been too easy for us.
All right, cool, we unlocked the Spiritans. They can block and throw their spears, that's all well and good, but I think it's time for the Grand Upgrade Master to make his grand upgrade selections.
Okay, well, I was thinking that we should max out the swordsman's sword and maybe add some speed for potential hit-and-run strategies. But there are some positives to maxing out the Spiritans early. It's a tough choice.
George, I'm the upgrade master, so yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just figured you guys would want my old head sage advice, but yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, well, we're running double sword upgrade. Why? You may find yourself asking, because fuck it. That's why, and because they're the troop we'll use the most, but the fuck at it thing still stands.
That all sounds great to me. Let's press on to the next country in desperate need of democracy.
Sword wrath counter. These bums just don't know when to quit. We already mixed their culture into the melting pot and moved on past our Spike Club phase.
And that is a brutal phase for all teenagers that go through it, but now we should just focus on getting as much gold as possible so we can unleash the true potential of America's military on the sunset attack. You don't just not spend $877 billion on solving all your domestic problems unless you've got a damn cool reason to do it. That reason being cool guns and shit.
That's what I'm saying. America is #1 in freedom.
Are you guys finished being jackasses?
Yeah, I think I'm all out of jackassery.
Good, then let's maybe discuss a game plan for this attack, or I guess I should say defense. I'm thinking a majority swordsman with a few archers and maybe a couple Speartons, just to see if they're chill like that. Any opinions?
I, for one, think that the Speartons will be chill like that.
I meant opinions about the defensive plan, Joe.
Oh, well, I wasn't really listening to that part, but I'm sure whatever you said was probably great. So whatever it was, I'm rocking with it.
That's not great to hear. But if Donald can just dub himself the upgrade master, then I'm officially our war general, at least until we lose a battle. Like that's ever going to happen.
You got any tips for desert warfare, George?
I don't think the terrain makes much of a difference in this game.
I guess you'd be the one to know about both.
I'm making the unilateral decision to bring forth a Spearton. If he sucks, we'll never use his kind again. If he's great, then we'll adopt the parts of his culture we like, whilst denouncing the rest.
I don't think that's a good way of mixing cultures, Barack, but I'm sure the Spearton will do great regardless, and then we'll run off into the sunset. I only wish there was a pacifist mode for people like me, who have no enemies.
Oh, get off your high horse, Joe. Just because you haven't actively partaken in the grimmer parts of the job as president doesn't mean you weren't the VP of Senior Drone Strike himself.
Senior Drone Strike? I like it.
Senor, I knew you weren't American Barack. Classic Mexican Barack, probably a part of the cartel. In fact, I think I remember the name of one you're a part of.
Would it happen to be the Salamancas?
Yeah, that was it. Oh, I so knew you weren't American. Peddling meth with your chicken shop.
Yep, and what was that chicken shop called again? Lost something or other?
Los Pollos Hermanos. Oh.
Yep, you're a goddamn clown. I've literally shown you my birth certificate in person, and you somehow got me confused with Gus. Not doing much to beat the allegations today, Donnie?
I think our archers might have missed.
Seems like our army's pretty prepared, though. Let's see what this Spearton's made of.
Oh shit, I clicked the wrong person. Stick people, do your thing. Fight and win.
This should be no problem. If the Speartons had low dog per capita, then Swords Wrath has next to none. We as the American people have such a high rate of dog in us per capita that we had to invent x-rays that simply ignored the dog so to make going through security easier. All this to say, our soldiers do not buckle and yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. Our soldiers push forward. Our soldiers scream out. Our soldiers rage.
That sure was a speech. Not a particularly well-delivered one, but hey, I guess props for even giving a speech to literal stick people on a computer screen.
I got to assume this is the final wave coming up now. Not been too much of a challenge so far. Kind of hoping one of the next nations can add a little super to their power.
He's beginning to believe you can do it, Spearton.
Damn, man, he actually got one. Just a successful retreat now.
No, we should have saved him. Rain hell on his foes so we can be clear of this tragedy.
So much for having no enemies, but hey, we won. And now Donald can trip over the smallest ounce of power.
It's not a trip. This is very important, actually. Due to the Spartan, I'm just going to say Spartan now. But yeah, anyway, due to the Spartans' performance, I think they deserve both the upgrades.
2 upgrades is not enough. They deserve the world. I have to go and definitely not cry. And I'll see you fellas later.
Oh, okay. Well, bye, everyone.
Joe, which nation in Stick War do you think gobbles glizzies the best?
Right off the bat with it, huh?
Are we including our nation, the most United States of America?
No, that would be unfair, seeing as we gobble glizzies at such unprecedented rates. Just the non-cool country, like Sword Wrath.
I'm pretty sure there's a nation with giants, so they're probably getting them down quick. However, if we're talking pound for pound, then it's got to be those Spartans. I heard it's one of their team bonding exercises, so that's my pick.
Joe, it's not glizzies, they're gob. You know what? That's a good pick.
So we're currently on a peace-spreading mission in Magic Hill, right? Do you guys think that these people might be members of the Shadow Wizard money gang?
It's entirely possible, Donald. I won't lie to you. I guess it depends on just how much they love casting spells. Also, well, why the hell are we getting jumped by little midgets with forks?
It's redundant calling someone a little midget. They mean the same thing.
Well, first of all, through God, all things are possible. So jot that down. Secondly, I don't appreciate that tone, Joe. And third, you might get an especially small midget, so it makes sense, you clown. Now just answer the question, nerd.
Okay, well that's not nice. But it would appear that this wizard might indeed love casting spells. So it seems like we are dealing with a known member of the Shadow Wizard money gang.
Always the warlocks coming in and ruining countries, even though they make up such a small percentage of the population.
It does seem like we have a hero swordsman undeterred by the midget army and their Shadow Wizard ruler.
We should give them a cool name, like Joe or Jill?
Those are both terrible names. No, what we should call them is something grand and large like Maximus Decimus Meridius, but marginally more modern and less of a mouthful to say.
How about LeBrontavius?
That's pretty cool. I don't understand the French angle though, but yeah, I'm rocking with LeBrontavius.
Not even close to pronouncing it correct, but that's 2 out of 3. What's your opinion, Donnie?
I think that LeBrontavius has carved a path through several members of the SWMG and might just solo the whole level.
We should send the rest of our troops in to support him.
Don't even worry about it, Joe. I'm sure he'll...
No!
God damn it, Barack, we had a good thing going, and you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego. Lebrontavius was the best of us.
We don't know if he's actually gone, Donnie. For all we know, he's simply passed out, and we can just give him a blood transfusion that's high in freedom.
That's new. I have a feeling I know the answer, but you wouldn't happen to have a full orchestra behind you right now, would you, Joe?
Like many others, Barack, I don't. Maybe it happened because I'm actually president. So my first act as recognized president of our stick war colony is to declare the little stick fella we're on right now to be named Joe the Super Cool Dude.
I guess I don't really have a problem with that. You're basically just the naming department, which makes sense seeing as me and Barack have the important roles and you're too old and sleepy to manage them.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go, it is right. Old and sleepy, more like schmold and peepee, talking about holding the important positions when I'm literally the head of the motherfucking state. Take your fake tan, animal hair looking ass back down a few pegs and remember how I beat you in 2020.
Damn! It's been a while since you went in that hard, Joe. Brings me back to the early days of us playing games together, but... look at us now, managing to take down the Shadow Wizard Money Gang and Donald's ego, all at once!
Let's not act like I couldn't throw fire back at both of you, but what we really need to do right now is focus on the upgrades. And as the master upgrade chooser person, I think we should splurge on Spartans.
I don't have a problem with those picks, but now I'm kind of interested to see what fire you've got for us. Seems like old and occasionally slightly senile is the best you got for Joe. I'm guessing for me, it's drones and Michelle.
It's no fun when you steal the concepts, Barack. I craft them into a beautiful tapestry of hate, but once you've sullied the wool, it's not the same.
Damn, you're telling me Swordwrath and the Archer people managed to invade and capture Portland? This is a scandal. How can Dame run from the grind when the Trailblazers have been co-opted by these scumbags?
Pretty sure it said Pertland with an E. But if it helps you stay motivated because you, for some reason, want to see Dame get traded, then sure, we must free Portland.
They're attacking early. Oh, never mind. One strike, huh? It does make sense that these two loser armies would try team up to beat the super cool United States of Freedom. It's like China and the USSR, except way cooler, because these guys have swords and bows and aren't commies.
To our knowledge, Donnie, for all we know, these guys are very much into hammers and farming equipment. And the color red, but not even when it's followed by white and blue. And who doesn't like white and blue? White is all colors. And blue is the sky and ocean, which are two very important locations.
You know, sometimes I do get where Donald's coming from because Joe. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed important. Regardless, we need to give our archers some better lessons, and this guy hits no shots.
I'm not sure a lone swordsman is going to fare well against both swords and arrows, Barack.
You know, Donald, you're probably right. Psych. Oh, damn.
That was tough to watch. What we need, in my opinion, are the most hardest abs of steel that only Spartans can provide. We need the glizzy gobblers to use their shield to take the blows and then penetrate deep with their spears, causing liquids to just fly everywhere.
You got to be doing this on purpose, Joe, but I agree. So, Barack, will you heed our advice?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Might as well give it a go, seeing as the path is pretty clear. I'm curious to what other battle tactics the president has to share.
Really? Okay, great. I was thinking of this one strategy where, you know, we suck in the D for defense. And whilst we suck in the D, we make sure to send in troops to hit them from the back, right? Like hit their rock-hard statue, and then we just keep pounding and pounding and until we finally make it burst. Like that statue will burst and crumble like a pincer or a sneaky flank type maneuver. What do you guys think?
I think you've got me feeling some type of weight, Joe.
I think what Donald means by that is the plan is really solid, but we feel we need to further think about the words that you just said. In the meantime, I think we should name this brutal Spartan hero who managed to break all the way to the statue on his own.
As the head of our naming committee, AKA I'm literally the United States president, I think we should name this proud Spartan Bob.
Bob. I mean, yeah, that's a good name, short and sweet. Bob. I'm rocking with Bob.
I've learned my lesson, and Bob is going to make a tactical retreat. We don't need another Lebrontavius on our hands, but yeah, Bob is a great name for a great man.
I concur. Damn! That brother just got johned. What a brutal shot from our archers. Guess they've just got the clutch gene.
We need to wipe out their miners to stop the gold supply, if that's how it works in this game. And then, obviously, we'll wipe out their statue, which Doesn't even make sense, because why would it be 2 swords and not a sword with a bow or something like that?
Oh, that's so true. It could have been like a bow with an arrow drawn, but instead of the arrow, it's a sword. Man, however much the sackers of Portland paid their sculptor, it was way too much. Unless it was for free, but even then...
Joe, I hate to interrupt you when you're in the middle of rambling, but I think Bob got shot down by an archer. Just thought you should be aware of that fact.
I'm sure Bob's in whatever the Spartan equivalent of Valhalla is. But on the upside, our other Spartan did a really cool spear throw, so he can be called Bob 2. Tagline, Return of the Bob.
Bob 2 is putting in the work. Brother's taking down the whole statue himself.
Nice. Maybe Bob 1's soul was fused into Bob 2, making a stronger and more powerful Bob.
Maybe we should do that and make an ultra president.
No, I don't think we should do that. Just pick the upgrades, Donnie.
All right, double spiritin'. In honor of Bob and Bob 2, I hope putting all our eggs in one basket won't bite us in the ass.
Why would you say that?
Foreshadowing. I gotta go take a leak. Be right back.
Gentlemen, we are so back. Not that we were really gone, but we are now so back, and I believe us to have reached the back end of this game.
You just said back so many times, Barack.
He also said back end, which I found quite funny, but now saying it aloud, I realize how much of a child it makes me seem. Also, we were literally gone for a month. I wish you guys would stop pretending we weren't.
I have no idea what you mean. Anyway, it would appear that this time we'll be facing a Spiritan and Archery People Alliance, which is cool because they both suck and America is #1.
If being a massive clown was the path to victory, then with Donald, we'd be set to bring peace, freedom, justice, and security to our new empire. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So get your head out of your ass and let's start plotting a scheme to secure such a win.
I hate you for exploiting my love for plotting schemes. However, I'm on board. With the current Archer, we have an early warning security system, but we need more swordsmen to provide the actual defense in case of a steamy, ab-filled Spiritan attack.
What he said, but also they'll have archers, so we should dodge the arrows.
That's absolutely invaluable advice, Joe. Donald, you could try being less of a nerd.
No, you can't ask me for help and then make fun of me. That's just uncalled for. Is this an inferiority thing? Is it because Michelle has bigger biceps than you?
You know, Donnie, I just did it because I liked it. Hell, I loved it.
Okay. Well, guys, we should focus on the game and deal with these Spiritans.
If we keep them distracted far enough forward, our archers should be able to pick them off. A few of our men may lose their lives, but that's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
I really didn't like the way you said that. It was super creepy, even for you.
We need to take out these front men, but it's not a problem for our new legendary Spirit. Never mind.
It's like they've got a never-ending stream of Spiritan scum. We need to break through and slaughter their archers and miners, and then ideally their statue, but I feel like that's just the whole game.
God damn, that was brutal. A spear straight to the dome's gotta hurt.
Yeah, that looked rough. Okay, now an arrow and the little knife dagger thingy, we need reinforcements. Our Spiritan has to be way cooler than their Spiritan, but that shouldn't be a problem since he's hopped up on God-fearing, democracy-loving freedom.
I don't know, guys. It's looking like he's gonna have to clutch the 1 versus 5. Have we started the experimental dog addition therapy? Because it seems like this man might just have that dog in him after all. Is this the power of Bob 2?
Tagline, Return of the Bob. No, this might just be a new thing entirely. He's carved through 3 Spiritans and 2 archers. This must be a new Bob. Bob 3, tagline, a good day to die, Bob.
I know you're the naming department and all of that stuff, Joe, but I'm not sure I like the tagline. It sounds like you are condemning this Bob to death. It should be, in my opinion, Bob 3. Tagline, Bob Harder.
Bob Harder? I'll be honest, that's way better than mine. As the naming committee, aka current president of this United States of America, I declare Barack as my vice president, aka the naming committee's second ever member.
Damn, Bob clutched up the 1 versus 10. What a hero. And we're actually putting up some good damage to the statue. Shame that we all know the second wind reinforcements are going to screw this elite task force over. Do something, Barack.
Fuck you mean do something, Barack? What the hell am I supposed to do? Grab a shield and spear and join them? Quit playing.
I don't know, but you claimed being our war general until you lose a battle. So unless you want me, or even worse, Joe, to take that position, you'll figure it out.
Fine. Then grab onto your seats and say goodbye to Bob 3 because I'm buying us time. We can't afford any minor deaths, so we have to delay them now in the hopes that a new Bob or even a non-Bob hero may carry us to victory.
Oh, Bob 3, you really were a hero. He took down 3 Spiritan scum, but we still need to fight and get rid of the remaining 2.
Any gold we get now needs to go straight into swordsmen. We need immediate backup, so the number of abs is still not a relevant factor of this war. We will fight and we will win, not just for democracy, not just for hot dogs and baseball, but for all Americans and the exploitation of the working class. I mean, for freedom.
I am still so confused by where that screech is coming from, but God strike me down if that wasn't genuinely inspiring.
They actually broke through. These two swordsmen have shown a level of competency that far exceeds Donald in every way. They might actually do this.
What did I do?
I did it for me. I did it because I liked it. I was good at it, and because it's so easy, Donnie.
He's just like me for real, minus all the cognitive issues. Man, these two are going crazy. We should name. Damn, okay, never mind. We should give this current guy a name, but a fallen hero still deserves one too. What do you think, Joe?
Trying to think of a good name, but I'm for once drawing a blank.
For once, my ass. But if you can't handle it, Joe, then maybe I should step in and...
Stay out of my territory. You're in charge of upgrades. Upgrades. Not naming, not even remotely for a second, are you in charge of naming. Now, Barack, well, he's the second best namer east of the Mississippi. But you're Bush League, amateur hour, you're playing in the Little League, and I'm Babe Ruth. These two heroes are Moissanite and Diamond. One shines bright and the other is as tough as can be.
Damn, those actually do go kind of hard, no pun intended. Moissanite and Diamond, huh? Moissanite for the one who shined bright and cleared the path, and Diamond for the one who's continued on fighting and wearing down the opponents.
Cool naming scheme. Shame they both died. Now, can we speed this up and win so I can finally enter my domain? The upgrades domain.
Bruh, you're not Satoru Gojo.
I never claimed to be, although I am truly the honored one, and it seems like it's time to enter my dominion.
This man has got me genuinely disappointed that we beat this tough-ass level, even with all those clutch moments. Okay, Donnie, give your best opinions on the upgrade stuff.
Oh, come on, guys. Don't come at it with the negative point of view, especially considering we're honoring all three Bobs. Spirit and upgrade sweep.
Now that's a decision I can get behind. Our next Bob, tagline, live free or Bob hard, will be even more powerful and will be able to sweep any opponents we might face.
I certainly hope so, but it does seem like we should be facing an actual challenge soon, because I think we're nearing the end of our campaign.
No. We're going to be fine. Wait, did that say giants? As in giants? Giants, that can't be right. Not that it would be a problem for our new, even more shiny and strong Spiritans, but it would be a surprise, you know.
I mean, it would fit in with the whole escalation that this game has gone through so far. We started with regular swordsmen and archers, then we progressed to the Spiritans. Once we'd absorbed all their value, we moved on to the Shadow Wizard Money Gang, who are well known for their love of spellcasting, and did the same thing to them. So Giants does make sense in sheer progression terms, and I guess that's what the final upgrade slot is for.
That was a very apt and factual thing to say, Donnie. You massive
Well,
nerd!
if there are giants, then they're not ready for Bob 4, let alone Bob 5. Tagline, order the Bobs.
Maybe I'm an idiot, but have all the Bob's taglines been references? Was that super obvious?
It wasn't originally intentional.
At this point, we should get a couple of swordsmen just in case of, oh my God, that actually is a giant, damn!
I guess all these troops have to have some weakness, so the weakness we should try exploit is the square-cubed law. Assuming that doesn't work, maybe we try and stab their ankles whilst we hit some nasty jukes.
I'm surprised you know what the square-cubed law is, Joe, but I don't think these stick people actually follow the laws of physics. Otherwise, the warlocks couldn't just spawn little gremlin people with pitchforks.
It does seem like the giants only have the two attacks. The first is slinging that other stick person's corpse at the floor, which is a long attack. The other, they use their spiked club like losers, because cool kids have swords. But anyway, the spiked club swing is a wide attack, so basically dodge opposite ways for their attacks.
Thank you for that valuable insight. Oh wait, I don't care because you are a nerd. Ha! Got you, like you got me.
I wonder how the giants get those stick people corpses for weapons. Do the enemies provide them with a designated dead person? Or do they just murk someone at the barracks and then walk out?
I'm not entirely sure, Joe. Maybe they just cart in corpses from previous battles that weren't too badly destroyed, or they could just have emotional support corpses with them at all times. Regardless of which it is, I am deploying a risky flanking maneuver to attack the giant statue as much as possible, with the hopes our people can defend our own statue. I see no flaws in my plan, and any criticism will be viewed as treasonous behavior. Not that it stopped Donald, but it would make me mad and upset.
Well, prepare to be mad and upset then, Barack, because I think that's a terrible plan, and I think our statue is going to get destroyed along with all our melee troops.
I hate to agree with Donald, but I think he's right. If we don't actively defend all giant attacks ourselves, we're going to lose.
Fine. But when it turns out that we weren't in danger, you guys are going to feel really guilty.
I will literally eat my shorts if it turns out that our statue hasn't taken at least half damage by now. And my shorts are pretty big, so you know I'm serious.
I won't do that, but I'm also serious. And just how serious? Oh, what the hell? That's at least halfway. And now we're going to lose. Bob 4, do something.
Yep, I was wrong. That's my bad, guys. Thank God for Bob 4 and whatever his tagline was.
Its tagline, live free or Bob hard. And remembering it is the least you can do, considering you almost caused our first defeat on the battlefield.
You're really letting him off that light, Joe. This guy gets to be in the naming committee? What a sick joke. That was one of the most stupid possible plays makeable, and you really still went with it, you goddamn clown.
Okay, yeah. That was my fault, and I'm sorry. I truly am sorry that we almost lost. But the routine of beat all enemies in front of you, then damage statue, then deal with second wind, then deal with statue, has become increasingly more difficult and long-winded, so I thought I could try to save us some time by getting damage in early. Clearly, I went about it the wrong way, so yeah, we can just go through the battles of attrition that this game clearly desires. If only there were drone strikes. Send one good one in and no more giants or statues or anything. Just pure democracy and freedom.
Whatever. I guess we're all incompetent from time to time.
I'm not.
You're so right, Joe. You're competent from time to time.
This is going to be brutal, though, and it's definitely going to take a while, so I recommend getting comfortable now, because we're in for a long one. Any water breaks or peeing that needs to be done, do it now, whilst I'm playing, or forever hold your peace. Huh.
I think I might just take you up on that, but I'll hold it in a little longer just so I continue to witness the glory of Bob 4, nicknamed the Giant Slayer.
I'm good right now, but if this runs on for too long, I might get up and stretch my legs, maybe grab a quick snack. But for now, I'm good, and I'd be down to take control when you need a break, Barack.
Thanks, man, but I'll keep chugging on for now. Joe, if you want to go, now would be the time to do it.
And then he grabbed the glass, jumped over the desk and shouts, "I will be the next president of the United States," before passing out.
God, is that really what I did that night? I mean, I wasn't wrong about it, but man, that's quite embarrassing. Did I really take a leak in the bush by the window?
Yeah, and I remember you shout, "This is Bush's bush now." Secret Service had no clue what to do. If Hillary didn't interfere, they probably would have tased you.
Oh man, that sounds super fun. I only wish I got up to some more stuff like that during my time in office. Unfortunately, it was quite stressful and relatively boring, but I guess that's the job we signed up for.
Oh, come on, John. You're really trying to tell us that when you're hopped up on speed and with Marilyn Monroe chasing you, that it was stressful and boring?
I didn't say there were no good times.
Damn! I knew John had that dog in him, but that's just Americans, right? And it doesn't get much more American than the presidents, Barack not included.
Donald, I swear to God, I'm going to slap you with my birth certificate. But speaking of presidents, Joe's been in the toilet for 5 minutes, even though he said he was just peeing. You guys don't think anything's happened to him, do you?
No, I'm sure he's probably fine. Maybe he went to grab a snack or something. I mean, I don't think anything that bad could have happened unless...
God damn it. Are you telling me my mic was muted this whole time? I had a whole ass conversation with all of you, but I was actually just getting lucky that you guys said what I thought were response. Damn.
It happens to the best of us, Joe. As you can see, we've made great progress on the enemy statue, which you might already know, but I have no clue how long you were here for. Point is, America would never lose a war of attrition without causing massive environmental damages first.
That's what I'm saying. Not about the environmental damage stuff, but the whole dropping bombs and all that stuff is what we need for these giants. I guess it wouldn't be much of a stick war if we could use the real military might of the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, that's how most games would be. Slender? Well, can Slender handle several tons of napalm being dropped on his forest? FNAF? Can the animatronics handle several tons of napalm being dropped on their pizzeria? I know that sounds like I love napalm, but it happened to be fitting for both.
Yeah, I get it. It's a good point. Okay, someone else take over. I'm going to take a quick leak.
Yeah, I'm going to go stretch my legs for a bit. Joe, you got this.
And then he said, and I swear to God he actually said this. He said, "She's got an ass like an onion, makes me want to cry." I mean, isn't that just so Hank?
Joe, what are you doing?
He was giving us a kind of recap of this show called Breaking Bad. Apparently it's quite good. Have you heard of it, Barack?
Heard of it, watched it, rewatched it, fully enveloped the personality traits of Heisenbone's Walt's spooky lab assistant. I've done it all, really, but where's Donald? Is he back yet?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just eating some food because this is taking so goddamn long. I wonder what the final level will be like. I hope there's something cool and not just every troop from all the past villains smooshed together to take us an hour.
I'm going to keep it $100. I'm almost certain that is what the finale is. I can't quite remember exactly, but what I do remember is that there's definitely a way better upgrade route that I led you guys away from by accident. At least the Speartons look cool, though.
As much as I like to yell, I'm too tired. And you know what? We got several bobs out of those Speartons, so even if this wasn't the most efficient way of doing this, it probably wasn't the least. And we finally have cleared this godforsaken stage. Donald, Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Yippee! I'm just going straight in to say we want more passive income, and the Spiritans are already plenty upgraded, so that is the thing that I would do. That's it, just more money.
Honestly, that's fine with me. I'm going to cry in bed now. Good night, guys. Gentlemen, I think today is the day we finish our conquest. I mean, democracy spreading mission. That's what I said originally, nothing else.
Certainly hope you're right, Barack. But if we're guessing based off the last couple levels, this might take until I'm president again.
I don't think it'll take forever, Donnie. Take this objective, for example. It's to survive the ambush of the native tribes. If there's one thing in American history that we're good at, it's befriending the natives in a peaceful manner with our superior military might and illnesses they have no antibodies for. That or eating.
Not the way I'd put it, but I do agree. I'm sure we'll manage to repel these guys without a hitch. I mean, look, they've got what? A bunch of spiked club wielders and a few giants? What's a giant when you've got swordsmen who've been directly inspired by the likes of Bob for the Giant Slayer tagline, live free or Bob hard?
I don't know. A dead giant. That wasn't even my original point. I don't doubt the capability of our troops. I was merely making an observation that the last two levels took 5 minutes and 13 minutes respectively. Also, fuck you, Joe. I'm going to beat you in 2024.
Really? You think they'll let you do campaign rallies from inside a prison cell?
Damn, Joe, you hit him with that full counter. But regardless of that amazing response, I do think that if we use the right upgrades, which is, in your words, your domain, we might be able to make a more fast-paced strategy for victory. So I think this all relies on you making the right choice. That is, once you finish watching me absolutely dominate as our war general by simply being amazing.
Was it your amazingness as war general that got our swordsman killed?
No, but it was my amazingness as war general that's kept us from losing one singular round so far. And I'm sure these two Spiritans will be doing just fine in his place, giant or otherwise.
Maybe I'm overstepping, seeing as I'm just a member of the naming committee, AKA the president, but I think we're going to need quite a few archers for when the hordes of club wielders attack. It's like John always says, make sure you blow someone's mind every day. And archers are certainly good at that.
That is not an overstep at all, Joe. In fact, I would go so far as to reciprocate the field promotion you gave me in the naming committee. So I, as General Obama, am promoting Joe to be my second in command for all matters war and basketball. It's basically just my presidency.
This is so unfair. When will I get to join one of your clubs? I'll let one of you be my second in command for upgrades if I can take part with you guys.
I don't know, Donald, that's the whole purpose of each having our own roles is so that we have our unique thing, but if we're all interlinked with each other, then what's the point?
I mean, that does make sense, but you guys have basically already just given away your uniqueness, so you can both do both things.
Donnie, let me frame this in a way that your big, stupid orange nerd ass will understand. Me and Joe are still the bosses of our roles, but through making valid contributions to the other in a non-intrusive way, we've both earned recruitment to the other side. I would never become a part of the naming committee if I didn't come up with Bob 3 tagline, Bob Harder. Now, can we stop focusing on such minor stuff and maybe pay attention to the ambush we're currently the victims of?
Okay, sure, that's my bad. Those Spiritans really are putting in the work.
I absolutely agree. And therefore they will now be deemed Bob 6 tagline, the Half-Blood Bob, and Bob 7 tagline, the Bob Awakens.
And just like that, rest in peace, Bob 7, but Bob 6 tagline, the Half-Blood Bob. Has me curious, what is the other half of Bob's blood? Obviously, one half of him has to be Spiritan, otherwise he wouldn't be wielding a spear and 8 abs. But the other is, what's got me curious? You got a lore drop for us, Joe?
So much for focusing on the ambush.
The interesting part of Bob 6's lineage is the fact that he is actually the child of prophecy. The prophecy prophesied that Bob 6 would stem from Spiritan and Shadow Wizard alike. It also said that Bob 6 would vanish from the world, deemed to be dead, but would actually rise again when stone crumbles under red skies and a black moon.
Which is a load of bullshit, because red skies and black moons don't exist, and there's no such thing as the stick war prophecies, and prophesied isn't a real word.
I don't know what to tell you, Donnie. That's just what the lore is according to super reliable sources.
Okay, and what are those sources?
I saw it in a dream.
You saw it in a dream? You know, sometimes I really wish I never stopped calling you Sleepy Joe, because what the actual fuck? I guess it's to be expected. Let's just wipe out these remaining fellas so I can try and set us up for success at high speeds.
Job's finished, so show us what you got, Donald.
I have decided to continue increasing our passive income because predatory alpha posts on Instagram told me I needs lots of it. Also, quicker swordsman, because why not?
I'm pretty happy with those picks myself, but I feel the need to say that he was joking about the passive income stuff, Joe, and anyone who calls themselves an alpha isn't worth talking to unless you found an actual werewolf. Just some advice for you, Joe.
No need to worry about it, Barack. After Donald told me to, and I quote, Sigma balls, I ended up falling down the Sigma male pipeline, realizing I'm both Ryan Gosling and Batman, and then finding out that I have no enemies, and that I am in fact Knopf. What's our plan of attack for this battle, Barry?
We're going to use a swordsman to try and wipe out their troops early, but I'm way more interested in everything you just said. Sounds like you fell down the pipeline, took the first exit, and then became a better man, all in one swoop.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I think I just realized that I'm content with myself, and that Patrick Bateman is actually Batman, which was very surprising. Maybe you should take some time to reflect on yourself, Donald.
Donald, what did I do? Joe, for a man with no enemies, you sure do love attacking me.
I merely thought that you could do with some self-improvement.
That sure sounds like the no enemies way of saying that you fucking suck, Donald. Anyway, this mission has been a success so far. Our swordsman has managed to wipe out all actively attacking forces, and any miners dealt with as a bonus. In fact, I think we should just keep funneling swordsmen in to get off the enemy's supply chain.
No need for the insults, Barack, but I concur with that assessment because it seems like their miners must be fully upgraded. So the longer we wait to attack, the harder it'll be to repel their forces. The only advantage we have after a certain point is that our starred stickmen have stronger stats, so we need to go now.
While every fiber in my body is telling me to call you a big nerd, I will instead appreciate the fact that what you said was entirely accurate and deserves a field promotion. So just like with Joe, I, General Obama, blah, 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 Donald now has a say in the battle tactics, and my role is now full democratized.
Damn. It seems like our first attack not fully breaking through might have been enough for them to pull together a full-on army.
A good amount of them did seem to be miners, but regardless, we should go now and try take out as many as possible. If we don't win this attack, I'm almost certain we'll be in for a very long battle.
Well, then it's a good thing that the experimental dog injection surgery was a success, because now each and every one of our troops has that dog in them. And add that dog per capita to the off-the-charts amount of democracy, capitalism, and freedom. And I think anyone could quickly realize that America's not going to lose today.
The words sound cool, but it just feels like you're jinxing us. I never thought I'd say it, but I think you're being too patriotic, Donald. Sounds like you're ticking off an America dogma checklist and not actually speaking from the soul.
In case anyone is curious what my soul is saying right now, it's saying, let's burn this mother down. Clearly, my soul has some issues that it needs to work on, but more importantly than that, our swordsmen need to split the attack between the giant and the rest. We need to cut off the supply chain.
This giant is nothing more than a distraction by a big shadow wizard to stop us from realizing just how insane the number of miners is. And the fact their statue is 2 swords, even though they used bows, swords, literal stick people, bodies, and magic. You think they could come up with a better design than that?
I honestly can't think of a logical reason for that, Joe. Wait, maybe they accidentally ordered several of this statue online, and instead of fighting for refunds, they just used it at several bases. Man, that Spearton is leading the charge.
I guess of all the possible reasons out there, this one is not the worst. I'm sure we all know the actual reason, but hey, it is what it is. Joe, are we going to name this Spearton as a Bob?
Yes, we will. This is the final Bob before the prophesied return of Bob 6, so we must name Bob 8's tagline carefully. I believe I have come up with a smooth and short name befitting the final Bob. His name shall be Bob 8 tagline, and the Deathly Bob Part 2.
I've got to admit that's a real mouthful, but hey, whatever, because it seems Bob 8, not going to say the tagline, and his team are now fighting against the Second Wind troops. All we need is a few distractions and somebody to keep destroying the statue, and this will be finished.
Then we'll be entering my dominion for what I think might be the final time. Assuming I've read the map right, and we actually don't have to complete another 5 levels. But yeah, we've done a great job, and now that we're entering my domain, I figure we should just max out that passive income and make our swordsmen even faster so we can attack earlier in literal speed and troop numbers.
Gentlemen, it would seem that this is in fact the final level of stick war. If that is the case, then we must prepare to destroy the coalition of fools that have stood in the way of our democratic mission. They may be armed, they may even be dangerous, and for all we know, they might even be sponsored by the Shadow Wizard Money Gang's love for casting spells, but what they don't have far outweighs Well, what they do, they lack that God-fearing, apple pie consuming, Super Bowl watching, capitalistic freedom. That fuels us on to take ass and chew name, and we're all out of chew. Freedom.
Now that's how you give a speech. And you're so right, Barack. We're here to chew and ass, but we're all out of out.
Am I having a stroke, or are you guys just not making any sense?
Well, I certainly can't speak to if you're having a stroke, but I feel like I'm making the most sense I've ever made in my entire life. Also, goddamn, that's a massive statue.
I guess they heard us talking that shit about the last one and decided to get an actually cool one. Weird that they picked the giants and not all the other kingdoms, though.
Maybe the giants just had this lying around and decided to donate it to the cause. It would make sense that the giants would have the giant statue and not the Spiritans or those goddamn warlocks of the SWMG.
So, we thinking about naming any of the swordsmen that are going on these crazy long journeys while slaughtering anyone in their way? I think they might deserve to be named.
Okay, we'll name the guy who's just asleep on the floor as Damien, and we'll name the current guy as Clyde. Why? Because they're both all-time trailblazers. Get it? Trailblazers?
I don't hate it. We're slowly whittling these guys down, but it wouldn't have been possible without the most Hall of Fame clutch upgrades. If I didn't get us that extra cash and mobility, then we'd be sitting at base with dozens wiped out, including our resources, and we'd have to fight tooth and nail for 20 minutes just to land one hit on their statue.
We've got enough troops ready, so I'm starting the main attack. We're going to wipe them all out and stand alone as the United States of America. You can't be not united if you simply wipe out all that are opposed to you.
That giant looks so tiny compared to this behemoth of a statue. It's got a ton of HP too. Good thing we brought an entire army.
Yeah, that probably would come in quite handy for general damage and whatnot. I'm starting to wonder if there's something extra to this level, because it's not seeming any more difficult than before, and since we've got our new and advanced speedy strategy, it feels like this might just be a massive anticlimax.
I guess the only way to find out is by destroying the statue and beating the level. I don't see any other potential twist.
Secret twist, we were the bad guys all along, and it's all like, oh no, we knew that anyway, whatever. Time to deal with the second wind troops and then finally complete our journey.
It's about damn time. I can't wait to see this big old rock crumble.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, let's see it happen.
Guys, I'm sure you can see this too, but it looks a lot like a giant is breaking out of the giant statue. Stone is crumbling. The sky is red and the moon is black. Are we witnessing the revival of Bob 6 tagline? The Half-Blood Bob? Also, yeah, giant is terrifying. But Bob 6.
The giant is certainly, well, giant. But that's not a bad thing. If this guy is anything like the smaller of his kind, then we can simply destroy it by just being quick. But damn, this brother is carrying around. Not a regular old stick man, but a giant.
Yep, so big he can carry a literal giant in one hand. This is fine, we're fine. Although this would be the ideal time for a drone strike.
Bob 6 has kept the giant distracted and only looking forward whilst the rest of the army cuts his heels and ankles.
Not gonna lie, bro's getting bodied.
Let's
Boom,
fucking
baby.
go.
A little anticlimactic, but who gives a damn?
Nice. We actually got the job done, and it didn't even take that long, except for that one level. But yeah, good job, guys.
Oh man, this is what completing a democratic and entirely justified mission to take over an entire continent feels like? If it is, then do we really need Canada?
We're not invading Canada just because stick war is fun.
Well, gentlemen, I believe this is where I take my exodus, seeing as I need to take a dump and then grab something to eat. In that order, have a great night, guys.
I hate to copy Donald, but I also got to go and have dinner now. Bye, Donald. Bye, Joe.
Oh, okay. Good night, both of you.